Okay, hello, Miss Ada. This is Fanny speaking. Before I start, let me share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see my screen now. As you already said before in a class, that we need to choose option 1 and option 2, and I'll be talking about the first option, and it is about research paradigms and qualitative methods. So without any further, but let me talk about what is paradigm actually. So paradigm is a set of belief, assumption, and worldview, and how we can see the world by our own eyes or lens. So it is based on our lens to see the world, but in research term, it is also just the same. If we do a research, we have to know what paradigm that we have, what we believe, and as you already, and as you say in a class every time that what kind of or religion that we have to do a research. So I think it is possible. It is possible, and it is important for us to know what paradigm that we have before we do the research. So because it is affecting how we do collect the data later on and what kind of method that we have. So for example, some researchers might have a paradigm to collect participant as many as possible, but some researchers might have a paradigm to gain data in very detail, but not many participants. So we have three, and I'll be talking about three research paradigms. So the first one is okay, wait a minute. There is technical problem, sorry. Okay. Okay. So the first one is positivist paradigm. So positivist paradigm, or someone who is having this paradigm looking for the objective of human behavior. So also they use quantitative methods because it gains number. Basically, yes, as I said before, they use quantitative method because gain the data in number. So positivist paradigm will be using a large number to collect information. So basically, the researcher will look for more participants because as much as participants that they have, that would be better for their research. So generally, it is not less than 50 respondents, and it might be approximately 100 people or more. Uh, yeah, so they do a survey in a large scale of participants. The second one is interpretivism paradigm. So here are the characteristics of interpretivism paradigm. So if in positivist paradigm, it is looking or it seeks for objective causes. In this paradigm, it seeks for subjective, subjective causes. The researcher with these paradigms tends to seek the subjective reality, and they believe that participants' view are the truth and that will be used for the data. Generally, it needs less respondents. So it is not necessary to have more participants. So the researcher will use interview or observation to look a deep information relate to his or her research. So participants' view are the truth, participants' opinion about their question or the research question. It is the truth of his or her research needs. So yeah, the next one, the third one, sorry, the third one is pragmatist paradigm. So pragmatist paradigm believes that positivism and interpretivism are the truth. The researcher tends to mix both. So the researcher have or has mixed methods. So they will be having a paradigm that positivist paradigm is true and interpretivism paradigm is also true. To get his or her observation or research will be more accurate, so they believe that these two methods are the truth. So the next one, I'll be talking about what is qualitative methods. So the qualitative methods, basically the researcher who is having interpretivism paradigm. So they believe that participants' view, participants' opinion are the truth. So it is also not gaining numbers. So it is all about participants' view of something related to their research. So general basic things about this method uh, is about observing a class. The first thing that they do is observing a class, and it is called natural setting. And we know that the researcher of this method, the researcher is the instrument of this research. So by observing, analyzing documents, doing an interview, and also the researcher might be having multiple sources of data. As I said before, it can be from documents, interview, focus group to gain depth data. This is the advantage of this method, because we can gain the data in more depth information, so we can have more detailed information about the research that we want to ask to our participants or respondents. Okay, I will not be talking about, okay, there are some strategies to get the accuracy. The first one is triangulation, member checking, thick description, spending more time in the field, peer debriefing, and external review or auditor. So I'll be just trying to explain about, here are the example of research question. I make this by my own self, so correct me if I'm wrong. So this is my example. So the first research question is, first, does student or does do students use YouTube to improve their listening skill? So the methods here is observation, instruments will be observation checklist, and participants will be 20 PB students in Java University. As I said before, qualitative method will not demand us to get more participants. So this is the advantage of this research. So the second one is, how frequent students use YouTube for learning English. So the method will be interview, instrument will be interview checklist, and participants will be about, let's say, 10 PBI students who got already selected in observation. So the third research question example might be how YouTube can help them to improve listening skill. methods and instruments will be interview, and the participants will be 5 PB students. Okay, Miss Ada, I think this is all about my explanation. I think if there is some weakness, please let me know. And yes, thank you for listening and watching, and see you.